Hey Josh, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Sorry I'm a little late, guys. Doing a lot of stuff for the group and getting everything situated. My weekends are usually pretty busy, running a lot of errands and whatnot. Was gonna stream at 4, then I had to run some errands, came back, then I had to handle some stuff for the business. Just busy, busy. Keep up the good content. Hey man, I will. I'll try my best. You guys keep coming around, I'll keep streaming. So today, guys, we're not going to do the second part of the exo charts walkthrough. I'm just pretty exhausted already. We're going to do that tomorrow. So we did our first part of the exo charts walkthrough on Thursday. If you guys haven't already, check that out. I'm going to get that highlighted and cut up into a easier to understand video, and then we'll have that posted on YouTube. But if you guys want to watch the full stream, it's already posted on, it should be Friday's stream, or sorry, Thursday stream on YouTube. And like I said, we will do part 2 of that on Sunday. So tomorrow. Hey man, good to see you. If you guys are in the Discord, make sure you check out the announcements section. We just announced 2 new promotions we're doing. One of them is exclusive to Discord, and then one is open to everybody. So for the discount that is open to everybody, the code is in the top right. Oh, actually not yet. When I turn on my screen, you guys will be able to see it. But it's going to be 20% off any of our one-time packages. So if you guys want to try out our indicators and buy the one-time purchase, so you don't have to pay monthly and you just have it forever. We're doing a 20% off sale for that. The code is going to be one time. And we also have a bundle discount that's exclusive to our Discord members. So the code is going to be in our announcements section if you guys want to check that out. Like I said, code's right there in the top right. Code is one time for the one-time packages. How's your trading going? I haven't been trading very actively. I'm still holding that long from the bottom. So still holding my long. I didn't hedge it. This price action was pretty crazy overnight, so I missed out on that. I was hoping for a breakout to the upside. It did break to the upside, but it ended up being a scam move like we typically see. But yeah, I'm still holding my my futures trade, so doing quite well on that. Obviously, the pullback hurt it by about 3%, but we're still in the positive. So my entry is below 91 on the future, so not too bad. I think equivalent to perpetual, my entry is about 86. Yeah, it's about 86, I believe. So as long as Bitcoin's above 86, we're positive. I've been focusing more on my long-term trading recently, not doing too much short-term trading. The only scalping and like intraday trading that I've been doing is for the Interdax competition. We came in, I believe, like 6th or 7th place in that last competition. We were up like 15%. It just wasn't enough for me to make any money. The top 3 positions got paid, and they all were up like 50+%. So I just wasn't being degen enough to beat those guys. My trading wasn't that bad, but I just wasn't using enough leverage. I'm probably going to get into another competition next week, probably one of the dailies. So whatever day that I feel like I've got a lot of time to trade, I'm going to enter in one of those dailies. So I'll let you guys know in Discord, whatever day that is. You said we think we're going back up. It looks like it wants to 4 retrace. So as of right now, we're holding the 618. So as long as we hold the 618, we're still slightly bullish. Like obviously we're bearish with that big failure, but as long as we hold that 618, it's okay for a bounce. You have a very, very slight bull div here on the 1 hour. You see that bull div on the Momo? It's very small, but you still have it. You can see all the way up, you were getting bear divs on the 1 hour on that triple top. And then you popped up and you failed. You also had a bear div on the 4 hour, I believe. Yeah, bear div on the 4 hour as well. 3 hour, very, very clear. The 3 hour bear div made this very clear if you guys use the Momo. I saw the divs. I think I mentioned them in Discord maybe once or twice. But I thought it was going to be one of those scenarios where the volume was going to come in and the divs were going to get destroyed anyway. So I thought it was going to be one of those scenarios where it just pops up very quickly to like 94, 95. And then it pulls back and probably plays the divs a little bit. I didn't think it was going to be this violent. But it is Saturday. Bitcoin loves to do this kind of stuff on the weekends. So as of right now, the CME closed at 91.65. So if we open up on Sunday, kind of where we are right now, at 89, we're going to have about a 2 to 3% gap down. Yeah, about 3%. If we open like this on tomorrow's candle, around 6 p.m. Eastern, we will have about a 3% gap down. Gap up, you mean? No, it's going to be a gap down. A gap up would be when the price is above where it closed. So it's going to be a gap down, but the gap is going to be above us. It's a little confusing, but it's gapping down, but the gap will be above us. So price will have to go back up to fill the gap. So basically, it's going to be... What's the current price? The current price is 8,900. So we're going to open up around here. So it's going to gap down. And then we're going to have to pop up to fill that gap. And recently, all the gaps are being filled. So if we do gap down, that's actually bullish. We have an open gap right here on... I think I have these drawn out on this chart. Do I? No, I don't. I keep changing my charts, so I don't have these drawn out. But yeah, we do have a couple gaps down below us. You can see this little gap here got filled. You had a small gap somewhere here got filled. This gap got filled. This one's not filled. You had one here that got filled. You had one here that got filled. This one got filled instantly. So out of like the past 10 gaps, this one here, they're all being filled. So if we do gap down, that's actually very bullish. You guys want to pay attention to that. Yeah, no worries, Andre. It's a little confusing, man. I was actually talking about this with somebody in Discord. I'm not sure if that was you, but same exact conversation. We were talking about, is it a gap down, gap up? Just a little bit of confusion. When price is lower than where it closed, it's a gap down. If price is higher than where it closed, it's a gap up. The drop was pretty painful, but open interest recovered instantly. Yeah, I didn't take a look at open interest, but I can take a look at it on Exo. Why is it doing this? Let's refresh. Not sure why it's killing my candles like that. Let's actually take a look at the delta. It'll be easier to find the open interest. So open interest is about 922 million. Looks like open interest is actually climbing since that failure. You had a dump off an open interest on the way down, and then it kind of recovered towards the bottom. So it seems like people are buying the dip. If I had to interpret the open interest here, it seems like there were some people that were stopped out, closed the open interest a little bit on the way down, and then now it's getting higher towards the lows, even though people are being liquidated because people are buying the dips or entering shorts. So it looks like people are buying the dip long or they're entering shorts. And let's take a look at the net longs and net shorts. So it looks like the longs are actually going up. So yeah, people are buying the dip here. And let's take a look at the shorts. The shorts are also going up. So both are going up. So there's people shorting this, and there are people longing this as well. Oh, by the way, guys, when I'm done with my ExoChart series, I'm going to save all the templates and post them in Discord. So if you guys are in the Discord, if you guys want to use my templates, I'll have them posted. I have my old ones posted in Discord already. If you go to, I think it's the general chat. Let me take a look. Yeah, so if you go to general chat, I've got a couple of them posted, but they're a little outdated. I'll post my new ones as soon as we finish the ExoCharts walkthrough, which we're going to do tomorrow. I use TC for open interest. TC, what's TC? Oh, tensor charts, I believe. He said, I've been looking at it a bit deeper, and it's around 60% short, 40% longs. Tensor charts gives you a bigger picture. I never really used tensor charts. I used it way back in the day when it was like the first platform to come out like that for crypto. And then I stopped using it when they started charging. I also don't use Trading Light anymore because they started charging. That's also why I was holding off on the ExoCharts videos, because they kept changing their platform a lot. And then they were charging, which it's hard to say because I think ExoCharts is worth how much they were charging. But it's just really hard for me to push all these different platforms that are charging X amount of money because I don't want to be constantly using stuff on stream that is behind a paywall, you know what I mean? I want to show you guys that you don't have to buy all these services and shit to be a trader. So it's hard using service after service after service that are all charging. But yeah, they went free now. So if you guys are not you're not currently using them, I do recommend trying them out. They are free. I'm not affiliated with them at all. They gave me an affiliate account to test out. That is it. I don't have a referral thing, or they don't pay me anything. They just gave me a free account to test. Yeah, I recommend trying them out. Obviously, if you're new to trading, probably don't try them out immediately. Watch some videos on like order flow, volume profile, stuff like that. Trade for a little bit before you get into that kind of trading. It's pretty complicated. It's going to be a little overwhelming for the new guys. Yeah, let me take a look at Discord. I posted a ton of analysis this morning or this afternoon. I'm not going to go over all of them, obviously, because it's part of the Discord. I don't want to reveal too much, but I'll go over a few of the things that we were talking about on stream last time. So if we look at, go to like the 4-hour here. The 4-hour here, you could see, we were talking about this last stream. It was resisting that 200 EMA. It was trying to break above it, but it never was able to. We also had that pivot there. So if you look at the OTS, if you guys trade the OTS, a beautiful pivot back in February, which called the bottom of that massive impulse. We never tested this pivot until like right here, where you tried to find a little bit of support and then you nuked downward. And then we retraced all the way to that pivot. And now we are finding resistance on that pivot. And you saw that little swing failure above the pivot and then boom, back down. And then look at where we're bouncing. We're bouncing right off that pivot that called that high back in early March. We had that pivot come in, price pulled back. You had all those buy signals coming in on the OTS. You had all those opportunities to buy the dip. It gave you 5 buy signals here, and then boom, back to that pivot, which would give you about a 5, I believe, 5% move. Let's see. Yeah, about a 5% move from those buy signals. And then we tapped this pivot about, what, 10 times, and we were not able to break it. It looked like a beautiful bull flag here, a beautiful ascending triangle. It looked like it wanted to break out to the upside. But Bitcoin loves tempting you with that breakout. So it made it look like it was going to break out. It faked people out, stopped them out, and then boom, back down. So very, very painful for people who were short there. They got stopped out right before the move down. You had some sell pressure come in there on the 1 minute. Pivot came in and then boom, nuked you. If you look at the 5 minute and you go back to that failure, where is it? Here it is. The Momo gave you a bear div right at the top. So you see that bear div on the Momo right on that candle close, and then you nuked. Same thing, 5 minute pivot, nuke downward. You are finding some buy pressure on the 4-hour. You can see those 2 little wicks coming in at the bottom. So not too bearish just yet. You are forming pivots on like the 1-hour, 2-hour. But it's nothing to buy just yet, you know what I mean? There's no clear buy pressure coming in. You do have a little bit of buy pressure, but the volume's not there. Hey, Sticky, no sub alert? Yeah, it doesn't even show up on Steam. On the, what is it called? Streamlabs. Appreciate the resub nonetheless. I think I do have my button working. Let's test it out. There you go. But yeah, this 1-hour pivot is currently holding. You don't have really any buy volume, so it's probably going to break. There it is. Oh, you have to share it so it pops up on the alert. I gotcha. 10 months, 2 away from a year. Appreciate that. You do have a lot of volume coming in here on the 15 minute. You got about 13 million on the 15 minute candle. Take a look at Ethereum. Did Ethereum pull that same? It did. It pulled that same scam candle. Ethereum looks like it was more brutal. Ethereum scammed the highs by... Oh yeah, it was way more brutal. 3%. All these buy signals were pretty beautiful before that scam. Still holding the pivot here on the 1-hour on Ethereum. You had that pivot come in when you failed. You flipped the trail red. You flipped your candles red on the OTS. You lost the high on the Momo. So everything is flipping bearish here. But you are holding this pivot as support. Looks like you are coming in to retest it, so we'll see how it does. But you are currently holding. 15-minute pivot being broken. Small little bear or bull trap coming in. Failed the trail there. Ethereum and Bitcoin options tomorrow in the write-up. Yeah, we're doing, make sure you guys keep an eye on that tomorrow. We're going to be having another summary of markets write-up in the Discord. Will be posted around 4 to 5 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be on pretty much the same thing we do every week. We're going to be doing SPY, Bitcoin, Ethereum, probably a couple other little things. Gold, obviously. Oil. The write-up has been pretty clean so far. Had a few misplays on like Zuo and stuff based on the coronavirus destroying the market. But besides that, our plays have been pretty spot on. I've been buying the blood on oil. I'm down pretty heavy on oil. I'm still looking for like late 2020 to sell oil, so I'm not too worried about the near-term price action. Obviously, the better play would have been to short it when the coronavirus was killing the demand, and then buying it once the coronavirus started to die down. That's hindsight, obviously. I never thought the coronavirus would be this exceptionally spread out this quickly. I was thinking it was going to be like this towards like May, not towards March that we're in currently. So I did not predict this coronavirus breaking out this quickly. So my oil play is definitely getting killed. But like I said, I'm looking for like 6 to 9 months to sell it. So we're a little underwater. Massive bull div coming in on the daily on our oil play, so looks pretty good, but this thing could go lower for sure. The demand on oil is getting destroyed because of the coronavirus. Whole countries are being halted, basically. Hey, Cash, what's going on, man? The weekly is still maintaining above the trail and above that pivot. We did kind of get below that pivot on last week's candle, but this week's candle is regaining. The 3-day is also holding above that pivot, and we are showing some momentum gain on the Momo as well. So the Momo is signaling for a bear trap here. Which is a beautiful move. We haven't tapped that 618 yet, but this is the 50, I believe. Yeah, we are tapping the 50. So showing that it's bouncing off the 50 that early is actually quite bullish. I don't like the retrace on the 3-day, but it's not awful. Basically the same thing we saw here, excuse me, is that 50% failure. We saw that 50% failure off the high, and then now off the low, we're seeing that 50% bounce as well. One hour still holding that pivot. Hey, Jingo, you said, man, I was lucky to get out of my Ethereum long as I saw it dumping and opened a short on XTZ a few seconds later. I haven't taken a look at XTZ lately. Let's take a look. Yeah, XTZ looks like it's putting in a lower high. You're failing that doji test. So you tried to get above that doji. You failed it perfectly, and now you're pulling back, putting in a lower high, kind of a almost a descending triangle. You see how you have your distribution low, and then your distribution high is kind of descending. You could take the wicks, take the bodies, either way. You have a descending triangle here. You were signaled by the Momo that this was a bear trap, and beautiful confirmation on the OTS giving you the buy signals. So you could have bought any of these 3 signals here. Nice little pullback, targeted the doji, like we talk about in our training videos. Also a beautiful buy signal down there. You could have bought the break of the pivots as well. So I think the money was there to be made, and now you're kind of just FOMOing in if you're trying to buy the top. I don't agree with buying the top. I think you shorting it is a good play. Until this doji is regained, I think the short is the proper play. The weekly is also putting in a pivot. You've already tested it on this week, and you failed. So once again, looking like a pretty good short. The 4 hours turning red on the OTS. You had a buy signal on that last little wick, giving you a nice little scalp. But now you are losing momentum. 1 hour's flipped red as well. Massive momentum failure. You also have your trail pushing price down. If you guys don't have access to the indicators, take a look at our promotions that we have going on right now. If you're in the Discord, we are offering a 15% off for the bundle on top of your 10% off, so you can get 25% off if you're a Discord member. And then outside of the Discord, we are offering a 20% off on our one-time subscriptions for the indicators. So check those out if you guys are interested. If you guys have any questions, as always, just let me know on Discord or Twitter. Oh, you said I'm sitting it out till $2.40. Oh, you're looking at the USD pair? Let's take a look. Yeah, USD pair looks even worse. $2.42, I like that. You have a pivot down at $2. $2.40 could be $2.50 around that accumulation low. Not too bad. You had about a 50% failure there. You were not able to regain that 618. If you guys like my bull flag technique, my Fibonacci technique, you can kind of see how it played out here. You had your pullback to the buy zone and then pop up, and you failed to gain that 618. So most likely not going to continue higher, and now you're failing back down towards the buy zone again. But yeah, I like that. I like that play. Not bad. You can see the buy zone play here. Sell once it fails to get above the 618. Then you could probably look for a rebuy around the buy zone. You guys looking at any other altcoins, or are you waiting for the Bitcoin bleed to stop happening? I haven't been trading too many altcoins lately. I was trading Mana. I was looking at getting in BAT and didn't do it. I could have bought the dip on Mana here. Nice little 30% gain. BAT also showing a nice little bounce. Looks like they want to go lower though. Look at the VIX, man. Massive shooting star doji. All the way up to 52, 54. Pulling back now. Put this in comparison. This is the 2008 financial crisis. This is the coronavirus crisis. The VIX spiked to 96 around the 2008 financial crisis. We are already spiked at 54 so far. Funny enough, the OTS plays this thing beautifully. You can see all the buy signals coming in towards the bottom, indicating the VIX is going to pop, and then boom, it popped. Sell signals all the way down. Buy signal before the 2008 crisis. Nice little buys down here. Sells as well on the highs. Sells on the highs. It plays the VIX beautifully. It came before the 2008 crisis, came before the coronavirus crisis. This monthly on oil is really looking ugly. You have a slight bull div coming in on the monthly from here to here, but not confirmed just yet. If this starts to head down towards like this $30 buy pressure doji, it's looking horrible for my position. I've got one more ad left in me. I could double down one more time, but that would be a massive, massive failure. How are you guys playing the stock market? Are you guys buying the dips yet, or are you waiting for the coronavirus to kind of die down? I don't know if you guys remember that play back in the day on Caesars, but I called out that short down to $12 on Caesars. I didn't actually end up playing it because the liquidity on Robinhood is dog shit for Caesars. But the options were fucking spectacular on this. I probably should have taken the bad liquidity anyway, because this play was beautiful. I called out the short at the high, told you to target $12. You could have went lower, obviously. It went all the way down to like 1080. But that was a beautiful play. These options are up like $1.50 per option. They were around 30 cents when I called them out. They're over $1.50 now. Pretty ridiculous. Could have made a killing on those. I should have ignored the liquidity problem and just bought some. The spread was ridiculously wide and the liquidity just was not good. It would have been really hard to get out of those. No delta coming in here. The CVD is pretty damn negative. Negative 106 million. We'll see our daily close here. What time is it? Oh, I think it just happened, didn't it? That was the daily close. Yep, that just happened. We just got our daily close. Daily's not that bad. It is retracing that previous move, engulfing the doji. Not awful though. Let's take a look at the scalping chart, see if anything major comes in here. You do have some sell pressure already showing itself. We'll keep our eye on it here. Just kind of chilling out, guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in chat. I'll take a look at them. Chart keeps getting messed up. Not sure why it's doing this. My order book's getting messed up as well. Big sell-off coming in here. Retest the previous day low, most likely. CVD closed negative 100 million. South America just got its first death in the coronavirus. They didn't even have a confirmed case until, like, what, a couple days ago. They already have their first death. It was in Argentina. The cases in New York are skyrocketing. New York is already at 89. There's actually a website I can show you guys. Give me 1 second. You're in the UK, it's already doubled. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. Let me see. I'm trying to find the site. Where is it? They shut it down? What the hell? Here we go. I got it. Let me make sure it doesn't show my address or anything. I think it's okay. Alright, take a look at this. Pretty gnarly. Total deaths so far, 3,558. Total recovered, 58,000. This is really good. There's a lot of people recovering. Total confirmed cases are 105,000. So already 60% have recovered. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. You can see how bad it is in China. Europe is getting very bad as well. It started getting really, really bad in Italy. Italy and Iran. Australia's getting pretty bad. United States, we had no cases. Like what, last week? And now look at the United States. It's very bad in New York. West Coast is getting a lot. California, Seattle, Los Angeles. Mexico has a case. Puerto Rico, South America is getting cases as well. Brazil, Argentina. Argentina already had a death. These are active cases. So let's zoom into active. Yeah, we have some here in North Carolina. Toll booth workers must be shitting bricks. Yeah, really. So I'm in Virginia to give you guys a perspective. Knock on wood, so far, we had a few scares. Even at my school, my university, we had some scares. But so far, none of them um, have been confirmed. We have one in Washington, though, right in the capital. So for you guys who are not American, this is our capital right here. This is the capital of our country, Washington, D.C. This is New York. So you guys obviously know what New York is. New York's up here. Then we have Florida, Texas, California, where all the movies and stuff come from. Really, Los Angeles, San Francisco, and then everything in between. People who are not in America don't really care about. But yeah, that's basically the geography. And the problem is, on like the East Coast and the West Coast, this is a major travel hub, right? So New York to the capital to Chicago and also to like Miami, right? This is a major travel area. Atlanta as well. Atlanta right here. So Atlanta, Chicago, New York, the capital, and then like Miami. This like whole area right here. The massive travel hub where people are doing business, yada yada. So the fact that it's bad in New York and there's already people in Chicago and there's already people in Florida, that's very bad. There's already people in Atlanta. That's why this is spreading the way it is. Because this is like, I can't draw on this, but I could probably do this. So basically, here, 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 and then Florida as well. This is all one big travel hub. And sadly, I'm in the middle of it. So it's going to spread pretty rapidly here if they don't stop the travel. They already stopped the travel from Washington to New York. So a lot of the trains and whatnot have already been stopped. But they really need to cut the travel down. Especially to Washington D.C. to our capital here. If you guys want to check this site out here, I'll post it for you. Someone less than 30 minutes from me has it. Dude, there was a couple people at my university that they could have had it. We also had some foreign exchange people come in from that area, from Wuhan and from the surrounding areas. Came into my area as well. So far, the 4-hour buy pressure is still holding, but it's not looking too good. It probably wants to retest like 87. That'd be like another 1%. You can see the battle going on here. Sell pressure and buy pressure coming in. Fizz, you said you're in Pennsylvania. There's one case 1 hour from you. Yeah, and not to scare you guys, but if there's one confirmed case, like in your big cities, there's probably a lot more than one case. Very, very rare that it'd be like one person. Unless it was somebody who was like being quarantined. Ethereum deserves to be under $200. Here Bitcoin goes again. Probably going to retest the previous day low. He said, I'm sure someone in my town has it. Yeah. If it's a big city and there's cases near you, most likely. Any of you guys get wrecked in that move yesterday? Or no, today, this morning? Your friend's college has two. That's the scariest part, dude, is colleges. That's why I'm very happy that I was not able to get into this semester. But who knows, man? It's probably going to be worse in the summer. We'll see. But I'm going back to university in the summer here. I changed my major from finance to economics, and they said that to do all the paperwork, blah blah blah, to like get it all switched up, it was too late for me to start in this semester, so I had to push it back to the summer. But yeah, I wanted to do more broad market stuff, not something that was so specialized like finance. I didn't enjoy my finance classes at all. It seemed like a lot of the stuff they were teaching is just very outdated. A lot of fucking work, too. It just feels like a massive waste of my time. So, I switched to economics, which I've always enjoyed. I took a lot of economics classes in high school and college, doing my associate's degree. I've done very well in economics, so I switched to my full major to that. I'm about like 25, 30 credits away. I'll have my bachelor's. Probably not going to do much with it since I'm doing trading and running my business, but you never know. If I get offered a good job, I'll probably do it on the side. More money's never a bad thing. Man said, I read that the virus is trying to mutate. Might get messy. Yeah, it's already mutated a few times from what I've read. It mutated within like the first month. They found like the first people who were confirmed to like the people not even a few weeks later, it was already mutated. What's an associate's? An associate's is 2 years. So you have associate's 2 years, bachelor's 4, master's 6, and then PhD, which is like 8 or something. I already have my associates. I've had it for a while. I have an associate's in business administration, and now I'm getting a bachelor's in economics. From one of the top economic schools in the country too. It's not like top 10, but it's like top. I think it's like top 50. Top 50 or top 75. It's pretty good. Sloth said, no, I didn't because I don't have a stop loss. Oh, God, dude. Hopefully you're not too underwater. So we're doing a couple of giveaways on Twitter, guys. You guys didn't check out my Twitter the past couple of days. I told you guys once I hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube and 1,000 followers on Twitter, I was going to be giving away access to the Discord to one person. So in that same tweet, I also said Bitcoin will see 9,500 by 313, just making kind of a random guess. I thought we were going to be very bullish. So I picked out 95 because it's a very good confluence zone for resistance and volume profile, yada, yada. So I picked out a date that was a week away, and I just said, hey, it's going to be 9,500 by Friday. So if I'm wrong, I'm going to give one person who likes the tweet Discord access. So if you guys want to get involved in that, just like that tweet. And then if you want to get involved in the other giveaway, just retweet it. So 2 giveaways in this one tweet. I'll post it in the chat if you guys want to get involved in that. So far, you guys have pretty good odds. Pretty good odds that we will not see 9,500. But if we gap down and then Sunday recovers and fills the gap, we could easily see 9,500 by Friday. So we'll see. He said I would have been stopped out at even if I had one. Fizz said you're going to see a spike in the virus real soon now that they are starting to release a lot more test kits. Yeah, definitely. I read something today that they were testing that cruise ship that's off California right now. I think it's in San Francisco. They only tested 6 people. Over 20 of them have the virus. There's 3,000 people on that cruise ship. They only tested about 40 to 50 of them, and half of them had the virus. There's also another cruise ship that came into Florida before this one that had about 2,500 to 3,000 people on it. They let all those fucking people go. They didn't even quarantine them. So they're trying to track down 3,000 fucking people that were on this cruise ship that are now just traveling around back to their cities and whatnot. There's already been confirmed cases on that cruise ship. I think it said 6 or 10 of the staff had the coronavirus. One of the people that was working at the airport had the virus. And they let these people go home, dude. That's how incompetent our government is over there in California. Unbelievable. It looks like some people are immune to it. There's always going to be people that are immune to viruses like this. You said Slaw said I heard Corona beer is half off some places. Yeah, I heard it's actually hurting their sales because people are that stupid. It's disgusting how stupid the average person is nowadays. I've said it for a long time on stream, man. The average intelligence of a human, it has gone down dramatically. It's actually disgusting how stupid people are. That's why I'm so introverted, man. I just stick to myself. I do my own things. I can't stand being around a lot of people because I just can't stand being around people who just aren't intelligent. Or at least of average intelligence. It drives me insane, dude. And I'm not trying to brag or say that I'm extremely intelligent or anything like that. Bitcoin's nuking here. But you guys know what I mean. Jesus, this thing's just crashing. There's that level we were talking about. Finding a little bit of buy pressure. Oh, but yeah, what I was saying was, to be like a trader, to do what we do, there's not many people that are of like average or low intelligence that trade. Most people who trade are either above average or way above average. Did you guys see that thing? Let's watch it on stream. Actually, it's pretty pathetic. The MSNBC, did you guys see that clip where they couldn't even do basic math? Holy shit, watch this, guys. Here it is. Dude, check this out. Holy hell. You want to know how stupid the average human being is nowadays? My God.
It as a possibility if he wants to spend $1 billion beating this guy, he could do it.
Absolutely. Somebody tweeted recently that actually
Before I show you this, understand that when they show tweets and like stuff like this on news, think about how many people it has to go through to get confirmed. You know what I mean? And nobody was like, wait a second. This math is completely off.
with the money he spent, he could have given every American $1 million. That he tweeted recently that actually with the money he spent, he could have given every American $1 million.
I've got it. Let's put it up on the screen. When I read it tonight on social media, it kind of all became clear. Bloomberg spent $500 million on ads. U.S. population 327 million. Don't tell us if you're ahead of us on the math. He could have given each American $1 million and have had lunch money left over. It's an incredible way of putting it.
It's an incredible.
No, dude, they didn't report this as like a joke. They were reporting this because they thought this was accurate. If you watch, don't just watch this clip, you can watch the entire thing. You can tell that they're not, it's not sarcastic to them. Now, there is another thing. There's two things here. They could have either reported it and they're just too fucking stupid to realize this math is completely off, or they know that it's off, but they know that the average person who watches MSNBC is so stupid that they believe propaganda like this. They don't care that it's that's the problem with our news. I'm not trying to get too political on stream. I know we talk about trading here, but the news in America, if you guys are not American, I don't know what it's like in other countries, but the news in America has gone so fucking far, like off the boat, that they don't give a shit if anything is accurate, if it's well sourced. They don't care if it's just complete propaganda. They'll push it anyway. They don't give a shit. They will push whatever they want. They don't care if it's a lie. They don't care if it's easily... You could literally be a 15-year-old with a fucking iPhone and Google search half the shit you see on American news, and you could fact check everything they say as bullshit. That's what our news has come to in America.
$1 million and have had lunch money left over. It's an incredible way of putting it.
It's an incredible way of putting it. It's true. It's disturbing. It does suggest, you know, what we're talking about here, which is there's too much money in politics, and it makes it difficult because what we want in.
But you see it as a possibility if he wants to spend $1 billion beating.
So stupid. They wouldn't let an error like that go. You don't watch American television, do you? The American news have let far worse go. Somebody just posted this in Discord. Let's take a look. Saudis plan big oil output hike, beginning an all-out price war. That's not good for my oil position. Saudi Arabia plans to increase oil output next month, going well above 10 million barrels a day, as the kingdom responds aggressively to the collapse of its OPEC alliance with Russia. Rest in peace, my oil position. The world's largest oil exporter started a price war on Saturday by slashing the prices it sells crude into foreign markets by the most in at least 20 years, offering unprecedented discounts in Europe, the Far East, and the United States, to entice refiners to purchase Saudi crude at the expense of other suppliers. At the same time, Saudi Arabia has privately told some market participants it could raise production much higher if needed, even going to a record of 12 million barrels a day. According to people familiar with the conversations who asked not to be named to protect commercial relations, with demand being ravaged by the coronavirus outbreak, talked about that earlier, opening the taps like that would throw oil markets into chaos. In the first instance, Saudi production is likely to rise above 10 million barrels a day in April from about 9.7 million a day this month, according to people familiar with Saudi thinking. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but that's about the synopsis you need. Demand is getting destroyed, and they're going to bolster up supply. That's horrible. Oil is already down 10% just yesterday. I started buying my oil position way too early. The shock and awe Saudi strategy could be an attempt to impose maximum pain in the quickest possible way to Russia and other producers, in an effort to bring them back to the negotiating table and then quickly reverse the production surge and start cutting output if the deal is achieved. See, this is why this right here is the exact reason why I'm betting so hard on oil. I feel like the demand is so destroyed right now because of the coronavirus. If they continuously destroy it by raising supply, it's going to hurt the price, right? But then, if they come to a massive fucking OPEC deal, it's going to completely reverse the oil market. So as long as I'm not down fucking 90% by the time it reverses, I'll be in an okay position. I just need to keep averaging down and hope it doesn't die 50% down to like $30 a barrel. You got an oil around 49. I don't know what I started getting in when around, let me see. Because I'm trading UWT, so I'm not trading exact oil. Yeah, I started getting in way higher, dude. I started buying around the accumulation here. This was a very, very small position. I doubled my position here, and then I just bought some more down here as well. So my average is probably, I'm on UWT, so like I said, it's hard to say on oil. My average is around 650, I think, right now. So I'm down like 50%. I'm getting hurt pretty hard. But I still have the amount of shares that I have right now. I could easily double and then probably add another 50%. So I've got plenty of size to play with. But if this thing keeps tanking on UWT, which is a 3x, this is the problem with what I'm trading. This is a 3x long. So when oil dumps 10%, this thing dumps like 30 to 35. So if oil keeps dumping, it's going to kill my position. I was going to buy some DWT to hedge, but this thing took off so quickly that I couldn't build a good position. Like, look at this gap here. This thing gapped and just took off. Very hard to build a position here. Just constantly gapping up. I could have bought this pullback here, but I didn't. But yeah, like I said, I still have room to add. But if they don't come to a deal pretty soon, probably in the next month or two, I'm going to get killed. But to put this in perspective, my entire long-term portfolio on Robinhood is only about 20 to 25% of my trading portfolio. And then my portfolio in oil is less than that. So it's a piece of a piece. So even if I lose my entire oil trade, yes, I'm going to lose a lot of money. It's not the end of the world for my trading portfolio. Most of my portfolio, about 70 to 80%, is in crypto. So even if my oil position gets destroyed, it's not the end of the world. Oh, here's Bitcoin getting destroyed again. There's that bounce. That's that level that I called out not too long ago. Bouncing perfectly off that level so far. Looks like it's going to go lower, though. Where are the buyers, dude? Holy shit, they're getting destroyed. What is that, 60 million? This is going to be a hell of a gap down. This is going to be a hell of a gap down. The daily is already down almost 2%. Have I ever used the bear? I don't trade on Binance or FTX, so no, I don't use anything like that. Man, this scam wick just obliterated people. 5% failure off of that scam wick. That's gnarly. CVD is already down. This just opened less than an hour ago. The CVD is already down to negative 88 million. It's quite crazy how bullish this looked, and then it just got destroyed. Look at how much value it found up here. All three of these POCs were acting as support. You had all of this volume acting as support, and then it just nuked right through all of it. So I actually talked about this on Thursday, when we made our ExoCharts video. We were talking about how when you have this this accumulation and then you break out of it, if you miss the accumulation, all the support down on the accumulation is where you're going to want to look to add a position, right? So you can see that all this support down here, this value, is going to act as support for the price currently failing. So it seems like the majority of it is around like 86.50 to 87. So we're coming into that pretty soon. Some whale cashed out, caused a ripple effect. Yeah, some whale just ran the stops of everyone on the distribution and then it nuked. Really painful stuff. You gotta love Bitcoin, man. You gotta love Bitcoin. About a 6% failure on the futures contract too. So I did not hedge this, so I just lost all that profit. Which kind of sucks, but the long-term trade, I'm looking for a June on this play, so not too worried just yet. It does suck that I could have locked in that profit, but not the end of the world. You got out of all trades this morning? Not bad, man. Not bad. Yeah, I was up about 5%. Could have definitely hedged a little bit there. Not terrible, though. We'll see how it reacts. 15-minute come in with a bull div. I'm trying to let this position run without constantly hedging it. If you guys look at my trades like the past couple of months, when I take these long-term positions, I try to hedge them way too early. I'm trying to just let this one run. You still have some Bitcoin, but I'm like 80% Tether. I'm pretty much all in Bitcoin. So when it falls like this, I do take a little bit of a hit USD-wise. Or actually, that's not true. My Coinbase account is all in USD. I cashed out of the Coinbase account. That is my second largest account. My second largest account's cashed out. Ethereum shorts can give some great funding. What's the funding right now? I'm not even logged into BIMX. Some people are short Ethereum ever since it started the swap on BIMX. The funding on Ethereum is crazy. It's usually like double or triple the funding on Bitcoin. Over a year of being short, earning funding every 8 hours. It probably has been paying shorts the entire way, but it definitely has been extremely high for a lot of the times. Funding is neutral at 0.01. Is that on Ethereum or Bitcoin? We have a funding bot in the Discord, but it's only for Bitcoin. It's not for Ethereum. Yeah, it's almost always for shorts. Yeah, it's for Bitcoin. Yeah, the funding's going to be different on Ethereum. So far, bouncing pretty damn close to where we expected. It bounced exactly off that level for the first wick, and then it retraced and hit it one more time. Almost a near perfect bounce off that pivot. This pivot right here got bounced. Yeah, 3-day looks really ugly now, retracing that entire candle. Gonna end stream here in probably like 15 minutes. If you guys have any final questions, want to go over anything, let me know. Getting pretty hungry, gotta get some dinner. Like I said, guys, we got some discounts going on right now for the indicators. There's a special discount for the Discord members. We also have one going on for non-Discord members. If you guys check the top right, we have code ONETIME, 20% off any of the one-time packages. And then there's a code in the Discord that will give you a 15% off on the bundle on top of your 10% off. So check that out. We'll also be doing the second part, the final part of our ExoCharts walkthrough tomorrow. I'm going to start stream around 6 p.m. Eastern. We'll also have our summary of markets write-up going on tomorrow. So in Discord, make sure you guys check that out around like 4 or 5 p.m. What else? I think that's all I got for you guys. We got some giveaways going on Twitter, so make sure you guys check that out on Twitter as well. Probably the last Discord giveaways I'll be doing for a while. We've been giving away a lot recently. We still have that bid orb one to give out on YouTube. Next time we do a bid orb video. And then we've got 2 going on for Twitter as well. Hey, Fizz, have a go, man. It's always good seeing you. We try to give back as much as we can. We do a lot of discounts, a lot of giveaways. We have a lot of events. We were going to start that event the first week of March. Completely forgot about it. No other excuse. I literally just completely forgot. We were going to start that monthly trading thing on the 1st. We might do that, not tomorrow, but maybe next Sunday. See how busy we are. But like I said, it's going to be like that 24-hour event that we did, where we have you guys pick long or short every hour, and then we'll vote on it. Whatever wins, I'll take the trade. We'll start with like 0.01 Bitcoin. Hopefully you guys do well. It will boost the Bitcoin account up. Instead of giving it away at the end of the stream, since we're not doing 24 hours, we'll probably do like 4 or 6. We'll have like multiple weeks, probably like 2 to 4 weeks of doing that same account. And then at the end of that, we'll give the account away. So hopefully you guys don't get liquidated. And then at the end of the event, we'll give the account away. Yeah, should be a fun time. You guys really seemed to enjoy it when we did the 24-hour stream. We had a lot of fun, except towards the end of the stream, I was pretty damn tired. But up towards the end of the stream, it was a fun time. We'll probably do something like that coming up in the next week or so. But all right, guys, that's all I got for you. Unless you guys have any final questions, make sure to check out our promotions and make sure to check out my Twitter for the next couple of alerts. Like I said, another write-up coming out tomorrow, and I will be streaming tomorrow at 6 p.m. So if you guys are watching the VOD, appreciate you guys watching. If you guys are watching live, thank you for showing up to the live stream. And I will catch you guys tomorrow. You guys have a good night. Stay safe. Have a good rest of your weekend. Peace out, guys.